Hi again. We're going to be talking about the projects today. So if you go ahead and you click a project, it's going to load in your Cricut Access. The projects that are available in Cricut Access. So let's talk about maybe making a snowflake. So these projects have been either brought in by Cricut themselves or other people have brought in the projects for you to learn how to make. So this one tells you it's an easy project, it's less than 30 minutes, gives you a description, the overall size, the materials that you'll need, and then everything else. It tells you the machine, the mat, and everything like that. Other things, how to cut, how to assemble, the images and fonts that are used in the project if they're there, and then there's related projects as well. So you would just go ahead and bring in Make It. Now I am a subscribed member, so I am able to bring this project in. If the project is free, then you'll be able to bring it in as well. Now this one is not allowing you to make any design changes, so it's just going to automatically put it on the mat and ready for you to cut. You would just continue, select your materials and all of that. I'm going to cancel out of that. So at this point, if you do want to customize it, and they do allow you to, you can hit the customize button, and here it comes in. And as I said before, it comes in grouped, so you can ungroup it and move the pieces around. This doesn't do anything for, won't hurt the project at all to do these things. So it looks like they've got this one set up to be a 3D project. So they've got enough layers for you to do the front and the back, and then this would be the middle piece. So if you want to change the colors of anything, let's talk about that. Everything that's in here has a different color. So the colors distinguish that it just goes on another mat. It doesn't matter what color they are. It just tells you that it goes on the same mat. So these blue pieces are all going to cut out on one mat. These darker gray are going to cut on another mat. These are going to cut on another mat. And this is going to cut on another mat. So if you want to change the colors, it's not going to make any difference. The only thing that it's doing is putting it on a different mat. So if I select this one and I change this color to a blue, or let's check a different one, a yellow, then you'll see when you go to make it, you'll now have a yellow mat. That doesn't mean that you're looking for a yellow mat. It just means it goes on another mat. You're still going to use the green mat or whatever mat they suggested that you use. It just puts it on another mat. If you get to this point and you realize, oh my gosh, I don't want to have to go back, you can move this back. Just move the object over to the other mat that you want to color the same color. Move it over there. It moves it on top of the other one, turns the color, and then you'll see that these two will cut out on whatever paper you put on this mat, the same color, and then this one will not cut because there's nothing there to cut anymore. So that's a little explanation of what the colors mean on mats. You'll also notice that when you do select a project and you go to change the color, this top row shows you the colors that are in your project, your current project. You can change it to another color to change it to the mat like I just did, or select your own colors, or put in your own hex code. So if I wanted to change it back to the darker gray, I would just select that, and you'll see that the yellow goes away now. If you want to put them all back in order, you just go ahead and drag your mouse around all of them, select them all. They'll all be grayed over here, or you can just individually select whatever you want, hold down the Shift key and select, and it continues to add to your collection here. Then you'll learn about the Align tool. So you can align them all left, you can align them all center, you can align them right, or top, or vertically, or bottom or center. Or you can distribute them horizontally, which is how we want it, or distribute vertically, which will be the same thing because these are all relatively the same size. And there you have it. That's what the Align tool does. So it'll put it all back in one place. If you want to, again, you can select them all. They're all great over here, and you can group them. So now when you move them, they'll all move together. Let's go ahead and ungroup. Now you're going to see there's a lot of really little teeny tiny spots in here that the Cricut may have trouble cutting. If you ever want to take somebody else's project and remove those, you would just select this item, and then you're going to go all the way over to the right bottom corner where it says contour. What contour does is it shows you all the little shapes that are included in this design, and then it breaks them out. So if you don't want to cut them, you can individually select the item and it deselects them, and over here as well. So you see if you select that, it hides them. So I'm going to go ahead and select all these little guys. Sometimes it's a little hard to see if you've selected them or not. The black outline goes away pretty much. And then sometimes they're a little tricky to pick because you don't know exactly where the little the borders are on it. So when you select them, see now that one went away, but I wasn't able to click on it. That's because wherever the design is, I'm not seeing the end of the design here on this particular thing. So I'm just going to select these over here, and you'll see when you start selecting them, that one just went away. So you want to bring that one back. I'm looking for these little triangle pieces. And then when you've selected them, these turn gray and the other ones stay light. So here's some more. So you'll see they're starting to come off now. Find any more? This is tedious work. This part right here is very tedious work. So contour is a little more advanced. And it takes time and patience. So I'm just going to try and find that one last one. Should be that one. Okay, so now you'll see that these all have the black outlines around them without the cursor on it. And then these in here are all grayed out. So then it will not cut those. So let's go ahead and do that and see what happens. Okay, so now you see the middle of the snowflake is missing the little holes. So when you go to cut it now, those little holes will not cut out. It's very helpful when you see that sometimes you cut these and your machine starts ripping because the holes are just too little, so you can come back in here and do that. Another thing with contour is we hid all those. Instead of selecting everything, you can just say hide all contours, so we'll have a blank, or just show all contours and it'll bring it back. So again, if we hide it all and we go back and look, they're all gone. If we come back in and we show all, you'll see that they're all back. So that's a little bit about the contour button. And then you're ready to go cut again. So that'll conclude this lesson. Stay tuned for the next.